Dear students, good afternoon to all of you. I hope you had your lunch. So now I welcome to the second class of renewable energy systems. First, I want to inform you we are providing the materials through the Google Drive. If you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Now, if you open the Google Classroom, you have the Google Meet link. So whenever we have the class 12:40, you directly join to this class. No need to wait for me. Okay. So we have the class on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 12:40 to 1:40. Please, all of you join before the scheduled time. See, till now only 20 students are joined for the discussion, and we provided the materials through the Google Drive. Here, anyway, you got the notification here. If you click on this, you have the all materials is available. Kindly go through that and make a note of all the like. For example, today I will cover the module one. Before coming to the class, once you go through, simply you can go through and come, so that it is easy for you to understand the class since it is a online we're conducting. Okay, fine. Now I'll move on to the presentation. So I hope you can see this presentation, right? Please someone respond.
No, sir.
No, sir, we can't see.
We can't see, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
yes, thank you. Now, already I told what are the renewable energy resources are there, and we discussed about some energy crisis problems, how the renewables are replacing the conventional. That means existing coal, thermal based power plants. Just we will rewind that whatever the things we covered in the last class. Just we will rewind one by one point. So the causes of energy scarcity due to population increase, energy usage, uneven distribution of resources in different places it is located. We cannot get the wind speed, uniform wind speed at all the locations. We have to know how to handle the machinery, how to handle the, like, in which angle we have to keep the solar panel, and which direction we have to rotate the wind turbine. Let us take, anyway, anemometer also will be there, that we will discuss later upcoming chapters. And uh, infrastructure, this is the main issue with the developing countries, because we are not developed, we are not, and we are not we are in the developing country, under developing, so we won't get the much funds for the power generation. See, you can see more funds for even for space applications, but why we are not getting more funds for the like thermal power plant and all? Because there is so many drawbacks in that conventional power plants. So nowadays government, they are initiating some schemes for the installing renewable energy sources and unexplored renewable energy options. So we don't know what are the different energy sources nowadays. A bloom box is available. Bloom box is nothing but free energy generator. If you look at, if you click the like, if you search the bloom box in the Google search, you will get so many power generation methods that we are called as free generation method, free power generation, that we are called as bloom box. And commissioning, anyway, you know that to get the permission, so many permission, I mean, they are delaying to commissioning the power plants and utilize, I mean, wasting the energy, wastage of energy. Once we are not in the room, we have to turn off the lights and fans and ACs, whatever the equipments we are using, and poor distribution system that we have to take in care. And accidents, we cannot do anything, but we, like, accidents happen, natural calamities. So for this one, we cannot do anything. Just we have to follow the nature. And wars and attacks, these are the main reasons. And strikes, military coup, political events. See, hot summers or cold winters. During this time, there is a lot of fluctuation in the load. For example, if you take severe hot summer, definitely you will use more, I mean, AC. If you keep on like 16 degrees, 70 degree, or 90 degrees, if you keep, so it will consume more power. In the cold winters, that means in the foreign countries where they will use the room heaters. So due to that also energy scarcity will come. So we have to find the solutions for that. We have the problem. These are the different problems are there for renewable energy systems. Now we have to identify the solution. As an engineer, we know that basic solutions. What are the, like, how can we able to uh, get out from the energy crisis, right? One by one we will discuss. In the first point, we discussed about population increase. So anyway, the solution of population increase is, can anyone please someone please respond. In the previous slide, I told increasing population. What is the remedy for that?
Family planning.
Yeah, very good. So we have to control the population growth. We cannot minimize because we cannot kill someone, no. So we can control the population growth by, some of your friend told, family planning, right? So if you tell, if you go and tell family planning, you have to do, whether the people will do, no. We have to give them some, we have to, like, inform them the schemes, various schemes are available. For example, why the family, like, they are increasing the population because daughter and son, this is a one more issue is there. If the first child is a girl, definitely they will try for boy and all, right? So we have to motivate them in such a way that what are the schemes are there. So we need to control in, to avoid the energy scarcity, I can say that. So we can control the, minimize the population growth exploitation by explaining or by creating the awareness uh, about the population versus energy crisis. And we have to we know we have so many energy reservoirs. Reservoirs means we have some, for example, solar we have, or wind is freely available. So we need to know that what are the different methods are available to utilize the renewable energy systems. For example, if you look at the CMRIT in our college, Professor Kasif sir from electrical department, he installed the, like, solar tree. You can see when you are entering into the college, and with his students and associates, some professors also. So he has installed the solar tree, right? And you can see that recently also installed wind turbine in our college. So we have the problem, we know the solutions, but we have to take a forward one step we have to take. So always we need to encourage the people, and you need to come forward. Yes sir, this is the problem, these are the different solutions are there, so I will take one solution to overcome the problem. So In that way, if you come forward, definitely we can avoid the crisis. For example, we have CMR, right? In our college, we are depends on the external supply. Why can't we generate our own energy? If you look at that, so many industries or so many institutions are home, they are generating their own electricity their on their own, right? So if some of you come forward and we will work together to make ourselves as green campus, we can call green campus. And we have to, what are the different techniques, energy conversion techniques are available. We have to look into that, we have to develop that, and we have to create the awareness towards the renewable energy resources. In village, we are also considered adopted 7 villages. In any villages, we can install the solar based or wind based power plants, so that we will create the awareness. Because in our Bangalore region, we are not, we are having almost 24 hours, means we have almost 18 to 20 hours we are having the power. But in case of rural areas, that anyway we know that in rural areas there will be hardly 12 hours, 13 hours, less than 15 hours maximum, I can say that. Even some areas power cut will be like morning some 4 hours, evening 4 hours, like that only they will get. So in that case, we have to create awareness for the renewable energy systems. If you look at that, so many during this COVID-19 situation, so many webinars are conducting, online webinars. All are maximum based on the renewable energy system integration and what are the problems, issues, what are the solutions. If you look at that, just what I want to say is 100 webinars are conducting, 60%. 100 papers are publishing, 60% of the papers based on the renewable energy base. Okay, so now it is our turn to create the awareness towards the renewable energy resources and buy energy efficient products. We have to normal bulbs we replace with LED, right? So these are the one of the main solution, right? And lightning control, lightning or fan or whatever the load we need to control. Grid access, this is very important because so many rural areas, why I am telling always rural area means in like metropolitan cities like Bangalore, we have the power generation and they will sell because we are paying more tariff. But in case of rural areas, they are not paying that much tariff, so their energy cost is less. So that the grid, so many village people, they cannot access the grid. So this is our responsibility. I can say that as a electrical engineer, we are studying the renewable energy source. We need to create the awareness about renewable energy options and the grid access. That means we have to operate the system in a grid connected way. And energy simulation, this is very important. Energy simulation in the sense we have to predict that what is the load variation in the morning and evening, in the afternoon. So in these different timings, how the load is varying, you need to consider CMRIT college. In the morning 9 o'clock online classes will start, all the staff will come, so all that lights, fans, everything will turn on, right? So in that case, what is the load in afternoon or in the evening? Everyone will left. At the time, some important loads only will turn on. In that case, what is the load scenario? So we have to analyze the energy demand, how much energy we need to produce before finding the solution. And that is called, again we can call that one as energy auditing. Energy auditing in the sense, actually we want to do this one every year. We have to do this energy auditing because in each floor how many lamps are there, how many fans are there, how many computers are there, in each computer or each fan or light how much it consumes the energy. That energy auditing is always required. So if anyone interested when the college will reopen, maybe this semester, I don't think so. Once you come back, we will work together to perform the energy audit in our college. In your home also you can do that. In the morning, afternoon, evening, in the night time. See, during the night times, so much load is consuming because of ACs and all. Fan, ACs, those will work in the night times and in the afternoon. So we have to concentrate what is the variation of load during different timings. And common stand on climate change. As I told, during summer we will use more energy. During winter, it's comparatively less. So, and we need to create the awareness. Don't use the washing machines in the daytime or in the evening peak hours. Please use the washing machines in the night time after 10 o'clock. We can tell that, but mostly it depends on the people working time also. But this is one of the possible option. Whatever the load is not mandatory, I mean not very important, they can postpone the operation of the load. Now what are the factors? Okay, we have one of your friend asked, sir, why the energy energy production is high, energy consumption also high, but the GDP is. In our India case, I will explain in the next class, in the Saturday. But it is a common energy resource development. What are the factors are affecting? We know the energy crisis, problems. We know the solutions. But why who is stopping you to not implementing that? Right. First one, energy or fuel substitution or scale of shift. For example, we have the thermal power generators of 550 megawatt. In case of renewable energy, we don't have that much capability of megawatt capabilities. If you want to install the megawatt capabilities, how many crores are required? That budget issues also is there. Whenever we are discussing about solar or wind and other concepts, I will explain those, like what are the different places the solar is installed, wind is installed, what is the capacity in India, what is the capacity, that we will discuss in the upcoming classes. But the reason why we are still is under development only, because the main thing is the energy shift, or we can say fuel substitution, right? Same scale is not available. That means 540 megawatt you are installing. The same scale you cannot install with the solar or wind. And energy density, this is very important. Okay, we are installing the biogas, biomass, or waste to energy treatment, or we can say fuel cell, or solar or wind. But energy density is very, very important factor. It plays a major role. For example, if you are utilizing a space, you imagine our ground, college ground. There you installed the PV panels. That is scenario one. If you remove the solar panels and imagine there that much space, I am telling, in the same space we are installing the wind turbines. What is the power capability, power extraction capability? How much power we can generate from that place? So, and if you use the biomass or biogas, how much energy we can generate? So, energy density, basic energy density is nothing but how much energy we can generate from the given area, right? So, dry crop residues, this we can say from agriculture waste, or we can say straw. Okay, it contains 12 to 15 megajoules per kg. So that much energy it will we can generate. That means that much heat energy we can produce. So the energy in terms of different forms. So this air dry crop residue, with that we can produce the heat energy. And coal, you can see that with the coal we can produce 2 times more than the crude oil. I mean, sorry, more than the air dry crop residue. Crude oil is 42 to 45 megajoules per kg. So that's why you have to remember, like we can call air dry crop residue. In Telugu we call pidaka, but I don't know what is the Kannada, I don't know. But anyway, by heating that, we will get the energy 12 to 15 megajoules per kg. But if you heat the coal, we will get 25 to 30 megajoules per kg. So in the thermal power plants, we are using the coal only. Why can't we use the air dry crop residue, air dry crop residue based energy generation? Because in villages, that we can get from the villages, right? So in villages, why can't we use what are the already available resources? And crude oil is very difficult, because we have to put a lot of efforts to get the crude oil. Even reservoirs are not available in our India. Now, what we are like, if I want to replace the fossil fuels, I want like 2 kg of phytomass will be needed to substitute the solid biofuel. 2 kg of phytomass means like leaves, dry leaves, and that means wastage of, I mean, what we can say, garbage of trees and plants, residue of, we can call residues of trees and plants, right? Same thing, if you, this is very important, we have to analyze which one will give the more efficient energy. So again, these realities will be reflected in the reserve capacity, cost and operation of the required infrastructure. And still we discussed only 2 points. One is scale of shift is not available. Energy density we have to look in before developing any technology. And power density. So this one also same. Energy density means heat energy. Power density means electrical power, we can call. That expressed in watts per meter square. This is very important. Irradiation, irradiation also the same units. Irradiation is nothing but solar energy. And if you use the formation of the biomass to coal, then again coal to hydrocarbons. So this is very lengthy time. It will take so much time, and we have to concentrate on the high quality energy. Generally, this biomass to coal, like we can say that fossil fuels. With this, we can generate the power 100 to 1000 watts per meter square. And the area also less comparatively renewable energy sources, that we have to remember. For example, you have the thermal power plant, like 1 acre, 10 acres or 100 acres, if you consider, like not 100 acres exactly. Let us take 10 acres. The same capacity of renewable energy, if you want to incorporate, it will take more than the 2 times, 2 to 5 times, we can say, depends on the renewable energy resources and the irradiation level. So the land required by the fossil fuel, that is less comparatively renewable energy sources. And here, if you take biomass energy production, that is 1 watts per meter square, but Wind, if you consider 100 watts per meter square. If you compare with the photovoltaic, 20 watts per meter square. If you comparing with these three, which technology you will prefer more? I already told wind technology, wind energy will have the more energy density comparatively photovoltaic and biomass other renewable energy sources. And the main one more problem is the cost. It is very high for the renewable energy systems, and performance also. It is not like continuously it won't give you the same power throughout from morning to the evening. So it will vary. That is also one of the factor I will in the next point that will come. Intermittence in nature. Intermittent. Intermittent means it will vary seasonally. It will vary time to time. For example, if you consider the solar power plant, the irradiation will begin from 7 a.m. and we cannot generate, not we cannot, we will, the minimum amount of energy we can generate till 6 p.m. 5 to 6 p.m. After that, we cannot generate the energy from the photovoltaic cells, because it, if you consider the general photovoltaic cells nowadays, the people are coming up with in the night time also they will generate the electricity through the photovoltaic cells. That is a different story. But the general photovoltaic cells, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. So intermittency, if you consider the wind turbine, if you go to the coastal region, there will be wind speed is varying. Okay, I'm asking you, wind speed in meter per second, how much you are expecting in our Bangalore? If anyone, please respond. How much wind speed you are expecting? Please respond. Yeah, you can give some number. No issue with that, right?
So
25 to 40 kilometers per hour.
40 kilometers per hour.
Okay, 45 kilometers per hour. I want meter per second. Meter per second, how much? Because wind energy, we can we can
Around 11.11 meter per second.
11 meter per second you are expecting. Yes, but the real scenario in Bangalore, whatever you are telling, that is depends on the height of the height from the ground. Let us take top of the building. First, let us take like in our college, 3 floors or 4 floors will be there. If you consider top of the building, there will be maximum 5 to 7 meter per second speed variation will be there. If you go further higher and higher, the speed will increase. That depends on, we cannot say that the speed is constant. It will depends on the location, geographical location, and so many factors. But the availability of the resource is not uniform. That we are called as intermittence. Let us take solar energy. It won't like, for example, the solar energy 1000 watt per meter square maximum we can we can get at the surface of the earth, right? In our CMRIT college, if I want to install some solar panel, when the solar energy, that means how the, when the production will begin, I told 6 to 7 a.m. in the evening 5 to 6 p.m. In between the variation is like increasing gradually. It is increasing till the afternoon, and again it will reduce in the from afternoon to the evening. So we have to be very we have to be very like we have to understand that how the variation of the various renewable energy sources. And to design the system, this is one more thing. Base load will be there, peak load will be there. Base load means commonly, like for example, in the morning, how much load you are using? 10 kilowatt. Let us take example 10 kilowatt hours. I will say 10 kilowatt. Okay, 10 kilowatt hours you are using. Afternoon, it will be like 8 kilowatt. In the evening, you will use 12 kilowatt hours. Now, what is the average? You can see that 10 kilowatt hours. So that is my base load. I need to fulfill at least 10 kilowatt hours. Peak load is maximum value. So depends on that, we have to design the renewable energy sources, right? And storage. This is also one more problem. We can, like fossil fuels, we are transmitting the whatever the energy generation, we are transmitting through the grid. We can call like infinite bus. The grid we are called as infinitely energy will be stored in the grid. Okay, what is the how much energy will be stored in the grid means just it's a word. It's a infinite energy will be there, but infinite we cannot say that. Okay, but in case of solar or wind, we require some battery or any other equipments to store the energy. So same point. And the load factors, it is varying from 20 to 25%, depends on the country. That means wind generation, for example, total our country, let us take 1000 kilowatt hours, or let us take some area. So how much wind how much wind turbine capacity you are utilizing? Let us take 11 meter per second wind turbine is you are installing. 11 meter, are you following me right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Let us assume 11 meter per second, 6 kilowatt wind turbine you are not 60. Let us take 60 kilowatt wind turbine you are installing. So how much capacity you are utilizing? 60 kilowatt, it will give under 11 meter per second. But the wind speed is varying from 5 meter per second to 13 meter per second. Carefully understand. You are installing 11 meter per second, or 60 kilowatt will produce 60 kilowatt energy we can generate at 11 meter per second. Your wind is varying from 5 to 13 meter per second. So we cannot get the 60 kilowatt energy from the wind turbine. Is it right? Because wind speed is varying. So how much capacity we are using from that? Like we need to calculate, like in our wind turbine calculations, we can calculate that how much annual load factors we are depending on the wind turbine, that we will calculate later. So basically we will take 20 to 25%. In case of PV, 15%. That means 15% of like 20%, like okay, leave it. 25% of 60 kilowatt only we are using. What is the 25% of 60 kilowatt? 25% of 60 kilowatt, how much?
15 kilowatts. Sir.
15.
Yes, correct. So we are utilizing the 15 kilowatt power from the wind turbine, even though we installed the 60 kilowatt. Are you understanding right? So this is the main problem with the wind turbine, if you consider a PV panel, I mean PV photovoltaic cells, you installed same 60 kilowatt, but the utilization factor is only 15%. Let us say 20%. 20% of 60 kilowatt, how much? 12 kilowatt. Right. Now, this 12 kilowatt we can extract from the PV. Same like I am telling the 60 kilowatt power plant if you installed. So this will affect the, like we are installing like 60 kilowatt we installed, but we are getting only, in case of wind turbine, we are getting only 15 kilowatt average, on an average, I'm telling, for a year. Not per day or not per month, I'm telling like per year. So this is very difficult. We cannot encourage these kind of methods. So we have to be very careful about the what is the wind speed of the what is the rated power at rated wind speed, and what is the rated speed in our location, because that will affect the we can say load factor. Okay, I think you understand. Solar means it is like 15%, I can say, less than the wind turbine. And remaining, what are the remaining? Geographical energy distribution. This is the major concern, right? I already told this is the one more energy crisis problem also. Uneven distribution of renewable energy sources and fossil fuels also. Let us consider in our India, where we can produce the more coal. Anyone please? Whether can we get the more coal in our Bangalore? Jharkhand. Okay, any other place? Okay. Yeah, fine. Odisha, Jharkhand, I mean that whatever the north like states are there, no? From that we can get the more fossil fuels. In our case, it is very less. Right. So even if you compare with the fossil fuels, the resources we need to dig, we need to get out from the ground. So that also is very difficult task, right? So in the same way, solar wind, the same thing, same story I need to tell, depends on the speed and depends on the irradiation. Some terminologies you have to learn when you are studying the renewable energy sources. First one, solar irradiation. Irradiation means the solar energy, how much energy we can utilize to convert the electrical energy. Sir, we are getting so much hot. I mean, so much heat we are getting. Whether we can produce more energy? No, we cannot do that. In that case, we can install the more like solar PV panels in the deserts. What are the problem if you install the solar panels in the desert? That we will discuss in the when the solar chapter will come in the second chapter. That time we will discuss why we should not install the solar panels in the deserts. I mean, we can install, but what is the limitation for that? And we will see so many points. And I'm asking you also, please raise some questions at the end of the session to address. Sir, in the next class, please address this question. Or in the upcoming classes, please address this question. Definitely, I will address your questions whenever the topic comes. Okay. And this is also very, very important problem. Cloudiness, shadow problem. That we are call it as partial shading effect. Right. So if you install the solar panel in the ground, building shadow will be there, or some pole shadow will be there, or clouds, passing of clouds. So because of these reasons also, the efficiency of the solar power will reduce, because directly it reduces the radiation, so that we can get we can generate less amount of power, right? And depend wind speed, variation of the wind speed. Let us take recently one paper I gone through. So in building corners, if I installed the solar wind turbine building top of the buildings, we can have like 40 50 floors of building. Top of the building, if I install the wind turbine, what is the wind speed? And if you install the wind turbine in our building, like 3 to 4, like 5 floors, 10 floors building, what is the wind speed? Because in our Bangalore, we have more number of apartments, right? In that case, we won't get the maximum speed. We will get less speed only. If you consider the fourth floor, fifth floor, and all. Okay, even if you consider the ground floor, maybe very less. And in our countries, this again I need to geothermal. Whenever we are studying about this geothermal, tidal, and ocean energy conversions, there we can where we will discuss about what are the natural reservoirs of geothermal energy. Okay, we will discuss about that. And tidal and ocean energy conversions. So to generate the energy from the tidal and ocean, anyway, we have to go for the coastal regions. If you consider the Karnataka, what is the coastal area? If you consider some Andhra Pradesh, what is the coastal area? And they have to install some ports also, right? These things we have to, these are the main factors affecting. You have to be very careful, you have to think about that. Right? And this also like technical issues. See, previously, if you want some any certificate, you need to go to this office, this, that, so many places you have to roam. But through this online, that became easier, right? So in the same case, documentation, for example, I want to install the PV panels. What are the documents are required? Like, is there any already existing people we have to meet? We have to take their experience. We have to take their suggestions, right? Those things are not in a proper way. And inadequate documentation. One more point. So in our college, let us take in some place. What is the irradiation data? What is the load data? Whether the students are done the energy audit, whether load variations are recorded. Like these things, anyway, we will pay college will pay the electricity bill at the end of the month, but that they will pay for whole energy, how much energy they consumed. But for every hour or every 2 to 3 hours, whether we can able to record the data. Actually, in one online website it is there. I will tell how to get the wind data and solar data from the online. That will help us the wind speed and solar irradiation. But we have to perform the energy audit for a particular building. So these many lights, this much of energy consumption is happening. So these things we have to carefully look in. And policies, this is very important. Policies and organization, the coordination between the organizations and like petroleum, electricity, and these are the I listed here. So the coordination between the resources and technical and economic uncertainties. Technical, like the skilled people are required for to analyze the things, and economic uncertainties. And economic uncertainty means the energy cost is very high to install the renewable energy systems. And skeptical attitudes towards that means, see, if you go and tell to some rural area, if you want to create some awareness, first thing from them you will get how much amount we need to spend. Let us take, you tell 20 lakhs. How many years it will take to get the 20 lakhs? You can say 20, I mean 5 to 10 years. Whether the people are ready with that plan? No, because they won't show that much interest. Okay, so we have to motivate the people, we have to create the awareness, then only the people will install the renewable energy sources. Otherwise, they will omit that. I mean, they won't, they will neglect that. And qualified persons, skilled people, manufacturing in our manufacturing industries are not good at our India, right? And for example, this is very important. In buildings or in some locations, you can ask the owner, I want to install some PV panel with my cost. Please give this space. I will pay some amount for you. You can see so many things are happening on the top of the buildings. Even some they're planting the like vegetable crops. So organic vegetables they are cropping, right? I mean they are planting, right? So that is also one more idea. You can plant the renewable energy sources by uh, like by asking the, you give the space, I will give some money. Like how the like communication towers, like network towers, how they will install the top of the building. In the similar way, we have to ask the people for the rent. These are the some of the factors affecting the renewable energy source generation. In the tomorrow's class, we will discuss about classification of energy resources and the advantages and disadvantages of renewable energy resources. In the next class, we will discuss that. Any questions, please? Please raise a question so that I will answer in the, sir, tomorrow, or this is my question. You can address this question by tomorrow or now only. You can ask such questions, no issue with that. General questions, no need to worry about that. Whether if I ask this silly question, simple question, if I ask, what others will feel. Don't think like that. You come up with your own, like whatever the question you have. Thank you. I hope you had your lunch, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So for this one you are answering, huh? So, just you ask one question means you are not responding, right? Fine. This is introduction class only. Again, it is not very depth about solar, wind, and all. Anyway, later on, please, I'm requesting you all, please raise a question for you, not for if I ask this simple question, what the others will feel. Don't think like that. Even if you ask a simple question, also, I will address your question. No issue with that. Okay. If you're feeling shy, then you can put a message to me. Sir, please address this question in the next class. Yes, you have my number through the WhatsApp. Sir, please address this question. I am not understanding this. What is this point? You can send the message through the WhatsApp. I will address in the next class. Yes, thank you. I hope you get tired, I think, because of this theory class. So now, if you can see the screen, right? Excel sheet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take the attendance.